class, we already discussed about how to write sentences basically. Okay, under that, sentences to be joined together to make those sentences become like complex sentences. So I have already shared the videos, that link already in the group, and also personally I shared that one. Kindly watch those two videos, and that will help you. And kindly subscribe to the channel. Whatever I'm having, all the notification will come to you, so you can time to time see, and it will be a reminder for you. Okay, now under this writing course, we are discussing everything connected with the writing skills. So if you are going to improve your writing skills, to write something, you need idea first thing, what to write. Okay, the idea is important. And second thing is you need a structure, how to write. The structure is the language. So if you are going to write something, you have to understand the structure of writing in the particular language. So we have understood the structure of writing in English. We call that sentence structure. So the sentence structure, under simple sentence structure, you are having certain things we discussed already. Subject, the very first thing that we have to put in the when you are writing a sentence, the very first thing you have to bring subject. We call that the person's name. Okay, after that we have to bring the verb. Second thing is the verb. When you look at the verb in English, we have the verb changing into 5 patterns, 5 forms. So in the sentence, you will put the 5 different forms of verbs. So we will discuss when we discuss about the tense. At the time, you will understand what is the different verbs and how we are applying this. And today also I will discuss some of it, and then you will understand some basic idea. And then we will have the detailed understanding later. So the verbs, one of the verb that we are going to use in writing sentences is be form. We call that parts of be. Okay, we are going to discuss, because the basic sentences, when you are writing, you will see this be form always. That is the one we are going to discuss. And second thing is the modal verbs. The modal verbs, we are writing in constructing many sentences in day-to-day situation. We are using them to speak, also to write. And then tense related things we will discuss. These are the 3 parts that I'm going to discuss today. And actually, you have to be, a little patient, and also try to understand what I'm explaining here. And whatever the things that I discuss, you can ask questions, and then we will have a discussion also, no problem. But the thing is, once I have finished, I will ask questions. At the time, you can bring it. So it will be easy to understand, and we can continue learn and without any disturbance, right? Questioning is not a disturbance. We can accommodate your questions, but while teaching, you have to listen to first. Okay, that is the first thing. That is also one of the culture that we have to accept that one. Okay, you have to listen to the presentation, and I will present the idea first. Okay. Now, under sentence writing, we are discussing the parts of be today, and using modal verbs, how I'm going to use modal verbs in the sentences. And we will discuss what is auxiliary verbs and how you are going to apply in the sentence. And then we will discuss about infinitive verbs. These are the different types of verbs that we are going to use in different places. We will discuss about what is infinitive and where you are going to put that one. I'm not going to go deeper and dig this area, because that is not my aim, but you should have an understanding where to put these verbs in a sentence. Okay, and you have to understand the gerund and phrasal verbs, which is connected in your writing. After subject, you are going to bring your predicate, that is the verb. Understanding the transitive and intransitive verbs, you need these kind of understanding in order to make your sentences active to passive. So at the time, You have to have that idea. And we have verbs based on the forms. We have the regular form and irregular forms. I will give you a verb chart, and then you can understand this idea. One session, I will take that one, particularly how to understand the verb, and then you have to apply these things. Okay, so regular and irregular verbs, which is connected with the tense, we will discuss that one. Fine. So first, can you look at this, the verb forms? If you take a verb, this is the common verb that we are using in our day-to-day situation, cook. That is related to the food, and everybody likes that one, right? Cook is a verb. So, for example, you have to put a subject with a verb, I. Then you can put I cook. Yeah. So you will put that subject here at the beginning. I cook, or we cook, you cook, they cook. So that is the first thing. And also we discuss about after cook, then you have to put an object. That is what we call the name, which is connected with cooking. So cook what? You can put cook rice, cook curry. So you bring something there. So cook. I cook curry. I cook biryani. So I cook rice. So you have to put that particular object with them. So same how you are using with I, you can use with we can use with you can use also they. So I cook, we cook, you cook, they cook. Fine. We discussed in the last class this idea. I'm not going to go for that idea again and again. So he, then she. Now here, the verb form should be changed into the second form. Second form is S form. You have to add S with the existing verb. So he cooks. You have to bring S with the cook. She cooks. So instead of bringing he, you can put the person's name, Abdullah, right? Abdullah cooks. Fatima cooks. So you remove this verb cook, you replace with another word. You can put play. So I play, he plays, we play, yeah, then she plays. You have to bring that S form with the second form. And when you are putting this I cook or he cooks, you have to put always daily. This word you have to always connect. Daily should be there. Why we have to put that daily? Then it will be, there will be a clarity. If you put daily, there will be a clarity. Why? The tense is identified. It's a day-to-day action. Abdullah cooks daily, mean not now. Yeah. So this is happening daily, not now. This is the idea. I cook curry daily, mean not now. So it's a day-to-day action, day-to-day happenings. So if you are going to point or build a sentence in English, the day-to-day actions, you have to bring the first form and second form in the present form. This is what you have to remember. So you have to write a sentence with first form and second forms for your day-to-day actions. For your daily actions, you have to bring first form and second form. I cook, we cook, you cook, they cook daily. So you can say he cooks daily, she cooks daily. So you can bring an object with a cook. This is what one thing. Second thing, so first verb and second verb you have understood. And then if you're going to talk about the past, you have to bring ed form. We call the fourth form. So the type of the form is fourth form we are using for past. So you are going to point out yesterday. So now you can say, I cooked yesterday. I cooked biryani yesterday because it was a Friday, right? It was Friday. So I cooked biryani yesterday. So you have to bring the Friday special day for Muslims. So where before we go to mosque, we cook generally biryani. So I cooked yesterday a biryani. So you have to tell about I cooked biryani yesterday. So past tense. So to make your sentences into past in English, think in English. This is also very important. You have to bring all the sentences, you have to think in English. You have to think in English. How are you going to think in English? You have to bring the structure. You have to bring always the first thing. The subject is always the person you have to bring always first. After that, the action second. So in Tamil, we have to end with action. So you bring that second one. So you take what kind of action? Is a present action or the past action, or it's going to be the future action. So if you are going to make it present action, it's a day-to-day action. You are going to use only two type of verbs. What is that? S form without S form. So what is that? I cook. So he cooks. These are the different you have to understand. So differences only I, we, you, they, direct verb, he, she, and the person or it will come with S form. But it will come with the daily. And the past, you have to bring the fourth form. We call that fourth form. That is idea about the past. Yesterday, I cooked. Add ed. So there are certain words we can say in English, more than 99 point, we can say 99%, almost all the verbs coming with ed, except few words. These are irregular forms. Around, we can say, the day-to-day applicable, usable things, usable verbs. We are using around 150 to 200 verbs. These are irregular in the day-to-day situation. We are applying. So we have to remember those 150 words, 150, around 200 words. I will give you the list and then I will share with you. Then you can identify the irregular forms and then we have to remember. I will discuss that irregular forms also now. So you have to understand the past and then future. If it is, you are going to talk about anything in the future, you have to bring with tomorrow. So I have to say, I will come tomorrow. I will cook tomorrow. I will eat. Then I will buy. So I will visit. Whatever it is, you plan something for future, you have to bring tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Yeah. And if you are doing any action right now, so the previous things we discussed already here, cook, cooks daily, cooked yesterday, will cook tomorrow. You have to remember this. You can use with I, we, you, they, and he, she. These are the pronouns, or you can use the person's name. So this is the subject we discussed already. At the same time, you can change the format of third form. The cooks, first form, second form. Cooking is the third form. So you can change them into cooking. You can change. But the verb form, when you change into ing, you have to remember, you have to add an auxiliary verb. These are the auxiliary verbs. Am, we call that helping verbs. So you have to put am, are, is. It's always coming like this. So it always comes like I, then you have to add with am. So I am cooking. You have to bring it here, the end, you have to point the time now. So I'm cooking now. We are cooking now. He is cooking now. So you have to make the sentence using this now, because it's ongoing action. The action is happening right now. So I have to make a sentence. I'm cooking right now. Okay. I'm cooking from now. For example, what I'm doing now, I'm teaching. So I'm teaching right now. You are watching, or you are listening, or you are studying. So things are happening right now. Okay. What is the difference between cook and cooking? Cook is a daily action. It's not happening now. But cooking is the current action. It's happening now. So if you are going to talk any actions right now, if it is happening, you have to bring the third form, ing form. But when you are talking with the person, I with the am, then you have to ing. We, you, they with are ing. He, she with is ing. This is what you have to remember. Okay, the structure I will discuss later. First, you have to understand we are using different forms of verbs. Cook, cooks, cooked, will cook. Here, cooking. Cooking is the third form. And then lastly, we are using another form. There are certain comments are here. You have any problem there? I would like to see here. Please send the first class session YouTube channel. Yeah, I will give you. Don't worry. Okay, I will reshare it. Okay, fine. So we have the fifth form of the verb. We call that cooked. Okay, so cooked is another verb. We are using the fifth form. What is the difference here? Here also cooked, here also cooked. There are two cooked here. So yesterday, it comes yesterday, but cooked. It comes alone, you know, the cooked comes alone. So if the verb is coming alone, cooked, it's past. If the verb is coming with has or have, this is what we call helping verb or auxiliary verb. So the have and has, we are using with the fifth form. Okay, have cooked, has cooked. So I can say I have cooked or he has cooked. Okay, I have cooked, same, we have cooked, you have cooked, they have cooked. This is happened just now, finished. If an action just now finished, you have to bring this sentence structure. For example, if I just now done anything, I have to say I have completed, I have finished. Okay, I just take a water and finish the water just now. So I can say I have drunk, I have taken the water. Yeah, I have to take fifth form. Okay, past, not now, it is yesterday. Okay, not near future. If it is near, if it is very near, just now, have or has fifth form. Okay, has, you have to bring he, she. Have, you have to bring I, we, you, they. Okay, singular form, you have to start with the person, has. So these are the differences you have to identify. The verb forms we are using with first form, okay, second form, and then third form, and fourth form, and fifth form. We are using, these are the different forms. I will copy and then put it here again, and then I will move here, and then I will arrange it. So, okay, this is the first form, and this is the second form. This is the first form, and this is the second form, and this is the third form, and this is the third form, and this is the fourth form, and this one is the fifth form. Okay, so you are going to have different forms here. Have you understood now? Clear? Have you understood?
Yes, clear.
Verb forms of
Yes,
applying the verbs in different tense.
yeah.
Actually, in this discussion, I have highlighted what are the different forms of verbs are there. 5 forms. How are you going to bring these verb forms in a sentence? Okay, when you are bringing the sentence, you have to think in English. So the action, is it a daily actions? What kind of verb forms you need? The first form and second form. If the action is right now going on, right now happening, you need a third form, ing form. You cannot use it alone. You need a helping verb. You need am, are, is for the present. You have to use with am, I am, always coming, and we are, you are, they are, then coming or going, whatever it is, and he is, and she is, and Abdullah is, and Fatima is, then ing form. You have to put now. Okay, now. So if you are going to tell something happening now, you always bring this structure, think in English, and bring that structure. Okay, if anything you have completed right now, finished right now, just now finished, so you have to bring it like I have opened the door, you can go now. I have closed the door, you can't go now. You understand? Now I'm connecting the verb with the model verb. I will discuss that next part. I will discuss now. Okay, so I have opened the door, you can go now, because door is already open, you can go inside. I have closed the door. So you can't go now. You have to come tomorrow. Come tomorrow. Yeah, the door is closed. The shop is closed. This is passive voice. I will discuss passive form later. Next class, I will discuss. So you have to understand the different forms of verbs that we are using in a sentence. One example I have taken cook. These are cook, cooks, cooking, cooked, cooked. Okay, we call that first form and second form present form. And then ing form we call present participle. And cooked, the fourth form we call past form. The fifth form we are calling past participle. Okay, so this is the technical term we are using for that one. And instead of cook, you can use another verb. We call that meet. Here, the cook is a regular verb. Meet is an irregular verb. You have to understand what is the difference, because the past form, can you look at this? Cook become into cooked, but meat become into how the meat becomes like met. Meat, met. Cook, cooked. So, the order not added with ed, so it differentiated, so it's not regular, irregular form. So you have to memorize these kind of words. Meet, met. Cook, cooked. Okay, and the fifth form also is met. Now meet, meets, met, past tense. How are you going to write here? If you are going to put it here, irregular forms. You can bring it here. Meet is the first form. You can see the screen, right? When I move, you can see it. One can respond, reply me, right? Can you see when I move? Can you see the screen? We will move from here. Cook, the same word meet, but these are regular and irregular verbs. Cook is a regular verb. Meet is an irregular verb. So you have to understand how regular, irregular verbs are differentiated. And you have to understand this and try to bring it and keep in your mind. Okay, fine.